Oh baby, it's go time. We have our saltwater blend of Dead On Plastix, and I'm hoping to get as much pouring done as I can today. I'm hoping to go through about 6 cups of plastic. I got 3 different colors I want to make, and we have 3 different molds. We might throw in a 4th one, but this is our first time working with Dead On Plastix saltwater blend, so we're going to see how this goes. So we've got our top side ready to go. So we're going smoke shad for our first color. So I like to go 6 drops of black, and then we're going to go silver and white flake. We're going to try it a little bit differently today. But we'll start with silver and white real quick. And then from here, we're actually going to add in some small blue flake as well, just to give it a little bit of a shine. So we're using about 1/32 of silver and white, and then same thing with our blue. And we're actually going to add some blue highlight powder while we're at it. We're going to start, same thing, 1/32. And we're going to mix that up. And just to give it some texture, we're actually going to go with some medium black flake. Just for a little bit of texture and contrast in there. Look at that. Blue highlight powder looks great. So I brought out 4 molds, but honestly, I'm mainly worried about these 2. So this is our 3.8 shape shad. This is actually gonna be our first time pouring it. And then this is our 475 hammer from Angling AI. But while we're waiting for, oh goodness, while we're waiting for those to set up, this is what our blending block looks like. That looks freaking dope. Hopefully the lures turned out like that. Oh, that sucks. Because that looks freaking cool. One of them came out great. Bubbles. 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 Because these should come out good. And if they don't, I'm going to be very, very sad. Occasionally I'll get little bubbles in the tail, but I think I figured it out the last couple times I've been pouring them. Look at that. We'll leave the tail out. Isn't that awesome? Take a look right here. Look. Yeah. Little blue smoke shad. These might be the best ones that I've ever poured. A little flashing on the tails. Not sure why that happens, but dude. Freaking finally did something right. Alright. I'll take that. That's a win. And time for our disaster. First time pouring it, and we messed it up. So that's fun. I just didn't realize how much pressure I needed to use and put way too much. So hopefully we can fix that for a second time. But let us Here we go. First look at our shape shads. Tons of flashing. I love how deep that sprue is, so if it draws a lot, you are all set. So I can clean up the flashing on these other two. But luckily, one came out fantastic. Look at that. If you know what you're doing, it's going to laminate great. I don't know what I'm doing, obviously. Color number 2 is going to be a flamingo shad. So we're going to start with pink. It's going to be like a light pink on the belly and then a much darker pink on the top. I may add some white to the belly. I don't know how to do this, man. Honestly, we'll start with the top because if it gets too heavy or too thick, then it's too thick. 4. So we had 15 drops there. We're actually going to add a couple drops of red to see if that will darken it up. So we're just going to start with 2 drops. Like that. One more. 4 drops red. 15 drops of our bubblegum pink. Do 12 drops of bubblegum. And do a couple drops of white. Do silver and white flake to start. I feel like that's just going to be a common trend for saltwater. So we'll do silver, that's white. And then kind of want to add some highlight powder to that because that looks cool. Goodness gracious, man. So I think what just happened is my blending block just got too cold, I guess. That's weird, man. But okay, dokie. That's what our color's gonna come out looking like. Could be worse. I feel like I should add some highlight powder to the top here. Maybe like blue, I don't know, blue or green, I don't know. Well, my blending block cooled down way too much, so I don't know how these last 2 are gonna go. The first 2 should be good, the third one I'm hoping is still good. Let's take a look. First run of flamingo shad. Those look good. I like that. That's not bad at all. I do think I'm going to add more flake to the belly, if it's going to focus for me. Definitely more. Hello. Definitely more silver, white, and black flake for the belly. And I am going to add some highlight powder to the top, just to kind of give it a little bit less of that kind of static color. So we'll do that, and maybe some holographic flake on the top just to kind of break it up a little bit because I think it's a little too strong. Second run through, we went back and added some green highlight powder and some holographic flake to the top, and we added a little bit more black, silver, and white flake to the belly. And then I poured them in these 3-inch swim baits because I can. So the idea with that green highlight powder and the holographic flake was to try to cut back on the top there because it just kind of seemed a little too unnatural. So it doesn't really make a big difference to our eyes. Does it make a difference to the fish? We'll have to see. That looks good. That looks so much better. That looks so much better. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by these. All four of them came out great. Get them on the hand. Before that highlight powder is kind of shining through on the top there, just a little bit. Boom. So this color that we're going to be making is probably my favorite color, and it is a green disco shad. So it's going to be pretty much clear. We're going to have some green flake in there, some black flake, some green highlight powder. We'll probably do some holographic, and then we need a little bit of a background just so the highlight powder can kind of stand out. So we're going to do a couple drops of white, and we're just going to start with 3 drops. This is about 2 cups of plastic. 1, 2, 3. And we want it to be as clear as we can. So we'll add just a couple drops of white just to give it a little bit of contrast. And then we'll start with our highlight powder. And we're not going to do a lot, even though we have 2 cups of highlight or of plastic. I'm going to start with a smidge because I know that that's going to be enough highlight powder, and then I can add more white as I need to get the highlight effect that I'm looking for. So I've done 3 drops of white and 2 cups of plastic, a smidge of green highlight powder. Cool, now we're going to do a little bit of large black flake, a little bit of medium black flake, and then we've got 2 types of green now because I just picked up a new shade of green. So we've got our original Kelly green, and now we're adding in evergreen. So a couple different shades of green to give it a little bit of contrast. We'll probably go back in and add more Kelly green, but that's a good place for us to start. Again, we're going for a green disco shad look. That might be perfect. We'll add a touch more Kelly green, but that looks freaking good already. Let's see. Just a little bit more Kelly green. Because I said so. Flukes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And there's one that I was potentially worried about. Boom. Not a problem. I could have done 1 drop of white for 2 cups, but that looks good, man. That, just a little bit of that black flake shining through. We got that green, 2 shades of green, and that green highlight powder gives it that shimmer. Sweet. Let's open the other ones. dude, this mold just blows me away. I love it. First run was a little rough, but I figured it out. And these guys, man. I mean, saltwater, freshwater, throw it as a trailer on a jig, chatterbait trailer, throw it as a finesse jig, throw it on an Alabama rig. However you want to work this thing, this is an impressive bait. I'm really, really excited about this. And we're on to our last color of the day. I don't know how this is going to go. This is something I don't even know the name of the color. I'll put a little reference picture up, but we're going for this kind of natural look. It's a pumpkin top with a couple different types of flake. We're gonna do some black flake. Let's see. We'll do our black flakes. We're gonna do. Looking at that picture, I don't know if I should do red or orange or maybe a tiny bit of both. But then it looks like it's got some copper. And then for the belly, we're gonna first time we're trying it, we're gonna do chartreuse glow powder with some chartreuse pigment here. And then I don't know, I'll probably do some holographic flake, but we're really gonna experiment with this last color and just see what happens, I guess. So we'll start with our bottom color, get that on the right track, and then go from there. So we'll do our chartreuse powder. Last time I did a 32nd, I guess. We're gonna do a 16th. We're gonna do a lot, actually. Last time I did, I can't even remember what I did. I can't even remember. Alright, that was a 16th. That was probably close to an 8th. And we gotta mix this really, really good. But looking at the picture, we're going chartreuse, and then just to break it up a little bit, we'll go some holographic flake, as well as a little bit of green highlight powder. So we've got our our chartreuse glow powder in there. Now we're going to add some chartreuse pigment. About 20 drops of chartreuse right there. Should do it. And then we just want a little bit of green highlight powder to kind of break up that chartreuse. And that should be a good start for us. And now it's time for our top here. We're going to start with 15 drops of pumpkin. So I want to give it a little bit of green, so we're just going to start with 1 drop of watermelon, because I want to give it that green look. We'll do 2. Maybe a drop or 2 of green pumpkin. Again, first time trying saltwater lures, and it's my very first time trying this color. I forgot the name of the color, but the green pumpkin is going to give it a little bit of green and a little bit of brown in there too. So do a little bit of green highlight powder here as well. Probably don't need as much because I have that watermelon and green pumpkin in there, but we'll still toss in a little bit. You can see that green highlight powder comes through nicely. So we're going to do large and small black flake. We're just going to do a tiny bit of each of these flakes to start because I don't want to overpower it and then waste all this plastic. So we're starting with 1/32 of orange, red, 2 types of black flake, and then our copper. Like that. We'll stir this up to start. Good thing my workspace isn't a complete and utter wreck right now. I'm not even going to measure this holographic flake. I'm just going to toss them in there because I do what I want. Oh yeah, big hefty pool. And we'll start with our flukes. Dang. For whatever reason, my dual injector or my blending block hates me today. But that's what we got. Wacha. That's what we'll be working with when it comes out. So I am excited and nervous to see how these came out. Well, you live and you learn. And today we... Oh, I think we're living today. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, that sucks. What happened? That's where I messed up, dude. Okay. Oh, that sucks so much. 3 for 4 is not bad at all. But those look freaking sick. Oh my goodness gracious, bro. We are all done pouring for the day. So this is what we accomplished today. Then I've got my green disco shads. These look really, really good, especially those flukes. Those flukes look really good. Alright. This one, these are my flamingo shad. Those swim baits look really good. The flukes look cool. And those little 3-inch swim baits came out awesome as well. And then these ones, this is when I was first pouring this morning. Had some issues that I ran into with the mold in my injector. So unfortunately I was not able to get through as many of these as I wanted to. But once I got it right, it came out excellent. So that's what it looks like. That blue highlight powder shining through. So I'll probably come back and make some more of these and that kind of blue smoke shed. But thanks for sticking around for the video. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, help me name these different colors, and we'll see you next time.